trauma changes the way a child views the world. It rewires their brain to be on high alert, constantly scanning for danger, even when they're in a safe environment. This can lead to difficulty trusting others, regulating emotions, or forming healthy relationships. Trauma-informed care starts with understanding that behaviors are often a response to past experiences. Parents, caregivers, and caring adults play an important role in providing trauma-informed care. This means building trust and security, which are often disrupted by trauma. The 4 R's framework is a simple and practical framework for providing trauma-informed care. The first R is realization. It is important that caregivers understand that children in their care may have experienced trauma, which impacts how they form relationships, respond to authority, and express emotions. Caregivers can take several steps to deepen their understanding of trauma's impact on behavior and relationships, ensuring they are equipped to support children who have experienced complex trauma. Here are some ways caregivers can learn more. Attend trauma-informed care training. Find opportunities to gain foundational knowledge about trauma's effects and practical strategies for caregiving. Join support groups or networks. Connect with other parents and caregivers through support groups or online forums. Sharing experiences and insights can provide practical advice and emotional support. Consult with trauma-informed professionals. Seek guidance from social workers or child psychologists specializing in trauma. Caregivers can ask specific questions about the behaviors they observe and gain insights into trauma-informed strategies. Practice self-reflection and seek feedback. Engage in reflective practices to understand personal biases or triggers that may affect caregiving. Collaborate with social workers or trusted professionals for constructive feedback and guidance. The second R is recognition. Caregivers need to learn to recognize signs of trauma, such as extreme sensitivity to touch, unusual fears, or trouble trusting adults, and avoid interpreting these behaviors as simple defiance or misbehavior. Observe patterns of behavior. Pay attention to recurring behaviors such as sudden outbursts. Look for triggers that might cause these reactions. Recognize trauma responses as survival mechanisms. This helps reframe misbehavior as a coping strategy. Look beyond the behavior. Instead of focusing on the behavior itself, ask, what might be causing this? For example, a child who refuses to follow directions may be struggling with anxiety or feeling unsafe rather than being intentionally defiant. Practice active listening. Listen to what children are communicating verbally and non-verbally. Their actions may speak louder than their words. For example, a child avoiding eye contact might be signaling discomfort or fear. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of making assumptions about a child's behavior, ask questions that help you understand what the child is experiencing. For example, can you tell me how you're feeling right now? Use empathy and validation. When a child displays trauma-related behaviors, validate their emotions rather than dismissing them. For example, I see that you're really upset. That must feel hard right now. I'm here to help. The third R is response. Caring adults build trust by offering consistent, predictable routines. Offer choices to empower. Provide the child with age-appropriate choices to give them a sense of control. For instance, do you want a hug or some time by yourself? Or do you want to wear the blue or green shirt today? Offering choices in this way helps build the child's confidence, independence, and decision-making skills while building a safe, collaborative relationship. Use positive reinforcement. Acknowledge and praise positive behaviors no matter how small. For example, you did such a great job sharing your toys with your sibling. I'm proud of you. Acknowledge emotions. Help the child name their emotions and validate them. For instance, it's okay to feel angry. I'm here to help you figure out how we can make it better. Model self-regulation. Demonstrate calm behavior during stressful situations. For example, if something unexpected happens, say, "Let's take a moment to breathe and figure out what to do next." Create a calm down space in your home. Designate a safe, quiet area where a child can go to self-soothe when feeling overwhelmed. Include items like books, stuffed animals, or sensory tools to help them relax. Be consistent with rules and boundaries. Set clear, predictable boundaries and enforce them gently but firmly. The fourth R is resist retraumatization. Caregivers need to create an environment where the child feels safe and empowered, rather than controlled or threatened. Maintain physical and emotional safety. Create a safe, predictable environment where the child feels protected. For example, offer reassurance by saying, "You're safe here, and I'm here to help." Use neutral, non-threatening language. Avoid language that may feel accusatory or critical. Instead of saying, "What's wrong with you?" say, "Can you tell me what's bothering you? Let's figure it out together." Encourage self-regulation skills. Teach the child healthy coping mechanisms for stress, like deep breathing, mindfulness, or using a calming object. Involve the child in problem solving. Help the child feel heard and included by working together to address challenges. For example, "It seems like getting ready in the morning is hard. What do you think would make it easier?" Seek feedback and reflect. Regularly check in with a child to see how they're feeling. For example, "I noticed you seemed a little quiet today. Is something on your mind?" A safe, stable, and nurturing environment helps children heal from trauma and thrive. Through patience, empathy, and consistent support, caring adults help children regulate their emotions, navigate triggers, and develop resilience. By understanding the impact of trauma and responding with compassion rather than judgment, you can empower children to feel safe, seen, heard, and supported.